It was a wild first night of the 2024 NFL Draft, and the Seattle Seahawks found their guy. With the 16th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seahawks selected Byron Murphy, defensive tackle from the University of Texas. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Seahawks Today, breaking down the pick of Byron Murphy. I love this pick of Byron Murphy. The draft board worked out very well for Seattle, with offensive players selected one after another to begin this draft, which put them in position to pick almost any defensive player they wanted. And then they find themselves with Murphy. Remember last year, a lot of criticism the Seahawks took for not taking Jalen Carter with that number 5 overall pick, passing on him, letting him go to Philadelphia, and taking Devin Witherspoon. A year later, they get that interior defensive lineman that they were looking for. I know Tom Downey's got him as the number 2 defensive tackle in this draft. I have him as the number 1 defensive tackle. You got the best defensive tackle in this draft as far as I'm concerned, and you got a guy that can do it all. Not only can he go after the quarterback, but maybe even more importantly, he's very good against the run. And what has been the number 1 issue that has plagued the Seattle Seahawks defense over the last several years? It's been stopping the run. They've been killed when it comes to teams and their rushing attack. You bring in a guy like Byron Murphy, and that's going to fix a lot of issues for the Seahawks team when it comes to stopping the run. And you talk about his ability. This is somebody that can take on double teams well. He's got a good build with a thick lower half, shoots his hand straight. He is hard to move. And what did we hear Mike Macdonald say when he was asked about what they want to do with this defense, the identity of the Seahawks defense going forward? He said, we want to build a wall with this defense. You want to build a wall and make opposing offenses pay for it, right? You bring in Byron Murphy, and if you're laying a foundation for a wall, something that's going to be hard to move, that you're not going to be able just to climb over overnight, Byron Murphy is your guy to be that tone setter, to be that building block for the wall of what the Seahawks want to do with this defense. I love the pick for the Seahawks. Folks, we are growing rapidly here on Seahawks Today as we are on track to try to reach our next milestone, 52,000 subscribers here on the channel. Help us reach that next mark. Got to get to 51 and a half. Then we'll get to 52 after that for the latest happenings in your favorite team all off-season long. Your off-season headquarters, your draft headquarters. We'll break it down every pick as it happens in real time here on the channel. Subscribe now to Seahawks Today. Never miss a moment. We got you covered. We'll be live on Saturday. We'll see you then. The scouting report from our own Tom Downey when it comes to Byron Murphy. Good burst and motor with impressive quickness for his size. His size, by the way, 6'2", 97 to be exact. Natural good leverage, doesn't get pushed out of his gaps, can be a step slow to react to plays at times. The burst, really good. Even the trigger can lack sometimes. He doesn't get pushed out of gaps a ton. Quickness, very impressive, especially when he's coming in on those slants. And he tested as well as expected. Really good to be exact. With a 4.88 40, 33-inch vertical, 903 broad jump. His pro day was great as well with a 7.5 3-cone and a 4.5 shuttle. Natural good leverage. The bad on him, he can be a quarter step slow to react. He can get knocked down to the ground versus doubles. Was asked to play some nose guard reps. He won't have to do that as much in the NFL, was kind of the thought process going into this draft. We'll see exactly how the Seahawks decide to do. But pretty heavy rotational piece for the Seahawks, or for the University of Texas, rather. Was about 306 at his pro day was the weight he was at. We'll see what the Seahawks have in mind as far as his size goes. The Athletics' Dane Brugler had this to say about Byron Murphy heading into the draft. Murphy doesn't have ideal length, but his rare combination of lower body twitch, natural leverage, and power throughout his frame sets him apart. Projects as an impact starter who can play nose or 3 techniques similar to Grady Jarrett. First round grade, number 16 overall. And where did Byron Murphy get picked? 16th overall. So how about that? The Seahawks get their guy, Byron Murphy, with that 16th overall pick there to take care of that necessary need when it comes to the defensive line. How would you grade the pick of Byron Murphy? Let us know what you think. A, B, C, D, or F. I know the Seahawks had plenty of options when it came to that 16th pick. Trading down or a plethora of defensive players, maybe interior offensive line. Plenty of different options to go with. But ultimately, they go with Byron Murphy here. What do you think? A, B, C, D, or F? Let us know in the comments section. I'm going A. I liked Dallas Turner a lot, but I don't think you could have gone wrong with Byron Murphy with this pick. Grade it for me and let us know in the comments section. Today's show sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for the best seats and the lowest prices guaranteed, whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more. Game Time has got you covered. Prices drop as the event gets closer. The lowest prices guaranteed. You pick the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. And then from there, you choose the seat you want, see if you like it or not, might stumble upon a flash deal, and then within a matter of moments, you're checking out, whether it's with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Game Time has got it all. And if you need a little extra incentive, folks, we're offering you $20 off your first purchase when you use the promo code ChatSports. That's right, $20 off, promo code ChatSports at checkout. Download Game Time today. Terms and conditions do apply. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Download Game Time today. You will be glad you did. All right, so I got a couple more notes that I want to touch on when it comes to Byron Murphy. Let me read you this from Phil Yates of ESPN. This was back on April 15th, so about 10 days ago. Phil Yates said this, connecting Byron Murphy to Seattle. Seattle needs to hammer the interior of the defensive line at some point early in the draft. And Murphy is the best defensive tackle in the class. He is explosive as a pass rusher, and he plays with power, torque, and leverage in the run game. Matt Miller of ESPN had this to say as far as the fit goes for Byron Murphy in Seattle. The hiring of Mike Macdonald as a coach shifted how we view the Seahawks' needs. But one constant has been defensive tackle. The Seahawks re-signed Leonard Williams in free agency, but sources with the team reiterated to me this week that the number 16 is the floor for the Texas defensive tackle Byron Murphy II. Murphy's first step quickness and power are ideal in the three technique position, which would boost the interior pass rush skills of this defense. So it's interesting. The Seahawks have basically had their eyes on Byron Murphy for a while. Remember, they had a pre-draft visit with Byron Murphy as well. So this is somebody that's caught their eye, that fits what Mike Macdonald is wanting to do, that fills a big need. And one thing I want to bring up in all this as well, one discussion that we've had a lot over the last few weeks in the pre-draft stuff when it came to the Seattle Seahawks in this next era after Pete Carroll. Would the Seahawks draft approach change? Would John Schneider go with best available, or would he preference needs? And traditionally speaking, John Schneider was more of a best available type guy, right? Well, what you've done here with this pick of Byron Murphy is you've done both. You went with arguably the best defensive player remaining in this draft, and you took care of the biggest need on your defense as well. So you killed two birds with one stone going with Byron Murphy here. So I love the pick. I think it's a great move. I want to know, what's your one-word reaction to the Seahawks drafting Byron Murphy? My one word is relieved. I mean, how long have we talked about this issue when it's come to the interior of the defensive line and specifically stopping the run? Not to mention he is a good pass rusher. I just feel relieved. I feel like I can sleep at night now after this pick. The rest of the weekend should be easy now. You got the guy you needed. I feel great. Give me your one-word reaction. Let us know. We are not done with draft coverage here on Seahawks Today. We're just getting started. A busy weekend ahead. Subscribe now. Join us for our live coverage on Wednesday. We will see you then. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us here on Seahawks Today.